What's good, YouTube? It's your boy DC, and I'm here with a new reaction video to the Shaad Season 6, Episode 2 and Episode 3. And this is my quick review, my quick thoughts, my quick opinion on Episode 2 and Episode 3. Now, if you're a fan of the Shaad like me, and you like the videos I upload and create, make sure you hit that like button and that subscribe button, and turn on your post bell notifications to get notified every time I upload a video. Also, leave your comments and theories down below in the comment box. Now, overall, Episode 2 and Episode 3 was solid. It wasn't really much going on in these episodes, if you ask me. These was more of a toned down episodes, like just building up on the character developments and the storylines. It wasn't nothing major that happened in these episodes. And man, I'm going to get right into this video because I got a lot of stuff that I need to talk about. But I am going to start the video off with Episode 2. Then I'm going to get into Episode 3 afterwards. But first things first, I want to start this video off really by talking about your girl, Lynn Winfield. And man, Lynn Winfield made one hell of an introduction, goddammit. She was only in this episode for 3 minutes, but you could feel her presence this episode. And you could tell that Alicia is not finna be somebody that you want to play around with. And I was shocked to find out that Lynn Winfield was going to be playing Rob's mom this season. I know she's supposed to be an old money monarchy from what I read in her character description, but I did not expect her to be Rob's mom. I did not expect that one at all. And apparently, your girl Alicia is searching for answers about what happened to her brother Q, and she wants to know who murdered him. We know Rob was trying to get some money from his mom to borrow so he could invest in the weed business that him and Tiffany got, and his mom agreed to give him the money, but she wants him to go find out who killed his uncle. She ended up telling Rob that his uncle was like a father figure to her, and he's the reason why she's able to live in the big house that she's living in right now. And she wants answers about who murdered him and dumped his body in a lake. Rob tells his mom, like, if you want me to go out and investigate that, I'm going to need 100 bands off top. Because your boy Rob originally wanted 50 racks to help kickstart his business. But he like, if you want me to go out there and play Inspector Gadget and investigate some shit, I'm going to need 100 racks. And your girl Alicia was telling Rob, like, look here, if I give you 100 bands, I'm going to need you to do more than investigate. I basically need you to kill the motherfucker who killed my brother. And look here, for 100 bands, I'll smoke DOUDA my goddamn self. I don't be got no problem with DOUDA, but I'll smoke him shit. Look here, Alicia, you need somebody to take care of that. Hit me up, because it seemed like your boy Rob is scared, but we just gonna have to wait and see about that one. But all jokes aside, man, I can't wait to see what's next for Lynn Winfield's character in this season. Now, in this episode, we got introduced to another new character by the name of Cairo, and we found out that your boy Cairo is like a weed genius, and he knows a lot about weed, and he knows how to grow his own weed. And apparently, his weed smoked better than Tiffany's product, which could put her out of business if Cairo's product hit the streets. So Tiffany insisted on making him her supplier so she doesn't go out of business, because Cairo got that good. Like, that boy got some loud from what it's looking like. And your boy Cairo lets Tiffany know that he could teach her how to grow her own weed instead of being their suppliers. He explained to her, Rob, that he's just not looking for no money out of it. He just want to teach people how to smoke better weed. And Cairo was really putting Rob and Tiffany on game about the weed business in this episode. He was really teaching them how to be their own bosses instead of working for him. He did let them know that they're going to need their own money to rent out the space so, you know, they could grow the weed properly. But the problem with that is your boy Rob already made a deal with DOUDA where DOUDA gives Rob 15% of what he makes in his weed business sales. And this might cause issues between Rob and DOUDA, because I'm pretty sure DOUDA is just not going to let Rob walk away that easy. I'm expecting your boy DOUDA to be pissed off about this, because Rob is officially going to be cutting DOUDA off. Once he starts his own business, there's no need for him to be doing business with DOUDA when he's growing the weed and putting it out on his own. Like, Rob is going to be the supplier. And I'm pretty sure DOUDA is going to be pissed off about this. So I can't wait to see what's next with these two in these next upcoming episodes, because I'm pretty sure DOUDA and Rob is about to have issues with each other soon. Now, in this episode, we was able to see the return of Papa Dad Stanley, and it seems like Stanley is trying to turn over a new leaf and not get caught up in any stuff that could possibly lead up to him going back to jail. We know DOUDA approached Stanley in the episode, and he wanted Stanley to clean his money for him through his church like he used to do for him in the past, but Stanley wasn't with it. We got more of the backstory about what happened to Stanley in Season 3 when he was arrested for money laundering, and apparently, one of DOUDA's soldiers snitched on Stanley when they got arrested to save themselves, and Stanley hasn't been rocking with DOUDA ever since. He ends up giving DOUDA the money back and telling him that he's not doing any more business with him, and he never been more sure about anything in his life. And after watching this episode, I got a feeling that your boy Papa Dad is about to die. I don't think Papa Dad is making it out of Season 6 alive, because now that he refused to do business with DOUDA, I believe that DOUDA is about to come after him. And he's most likely going to cause hell for Stanley and the rest of his family. I believe somebody close to Papa is about to die this season. And I am currently in the process of making a video about this topic right here because they did show some clues in this episode. And I think it's about to be Papa Dad that's dying this season. This major death that's about to occur later on in the season most likely might be Papa Dad. If it's not his dad, it's going to be his mom. And I'm going to talk about that later on in another video. Now, in this episode, we was able to see a little bit more development with Papa and Kenya's little relationship that they got together. We know Kenya ended up giving your boy Papa a ride home from work after, and Papa was up in there spinning game to your girl Kenya. He had the Anita Baker playing in the background. He was up in there telling Kenya that he wants to be somebody that she could trust and count on no matter what. Like, your boy Papa was really up in there spinning game at Kenya. But it seemed like your girl Kenya might have some secrets of her own. I don't know if y'all noticed it or not, but Kenya had a weird ass look on her face when Papa got out of her car. And just by the look that she had on her face, I can tell that something is up with her. She is most likely hiding something. She most likely about to play your boy Papa sooner than later. I don't know when it's going to happen, but Kenya's real intentions and motives will be revealed in these next upcoming episodes. And I can't wait to see what Kenya is hiding from Papa. I wouldn't be surprised if Kenya and her dad was the ops, because we know Papa Dad doesn't really like the kind of service that Kenya Dad speaks to the people at his church. And I got a feeling that this church up in the north side that Kenya Dad speaks at is going to come into play in these next upcoming episodes. I believe that church might be taking some large amount of donations from people. And if I had to take a guess from one of the donors that's donating to this church, I would guess that your boy DOUDA is donating money to this church and doing business with Kenya's dad. And if that is the case, your boy Papa better be careful around Kenya, as well as Stanley. Stanley better be careful too, because he just turned down the business deal with DOUDA. And I'm pretty sure DOUDA's about to be coming after Stanley in these next upcoming episodes. And I believe this storyline right here is about to have some type of twist and turn to it. I don't know what, but I'm expecting a major twist with this storyline right here. And I can't wait to see what happens next with this one right here. Now, in this episode, we was able to see the return of Lanae'S brother Jamal. And it seemed like your boy Jamal has changed up his ways, and he no longer uses violence as a way to let out his frustrations. We found out that he was released from jail because the feds tampered with the evidence in his case, and he just wants to show the people that he used to be associated with in the past that he's a changed person. We know he was able to reunite with his sister later on in the episode with the help of Victor, and I'm glad your boy Jamal was able to reunite with his sister, because we haven't seen these two in the same room together since season 4, and you could just tell that these two really missed each other. You could tell that Lynae missed her brother, and you could tell that Jamal missed his sister, and I'm just glad these two is finally reunited with each other. Now, Victor was able to hook Jamal up with a job at the Rock Center, helping out Tracy with anything she needs, and your boy Jamal was on Tracy's bumper when he saw her. He was up in there thanking Tracy for helping out with his sister, and he appreciates everything Tracy has done for the city of Chicago. And you could tell Tracy was feeling Jamal when she said this, especially after he offered to walk her to her car. Yeah, Tracy was feeling your boy Jamal, and we already know what time it is with these two right here. I'm calling it now. Expect your boy Jamal to clap up Tracy's cheeks before the season is over with. I'm expecting these two to smash in these next upcoming episodes. And when this does happen, your boy DOUDA is going to be pissed off about this. He gonna flip the hell out when he find out that Tracy is messing with somebody else. It really seems like Tracy ain't trying to mess with DOUDA like that in this season, which is a good thing because she doesn't need to be around DOUDA. Tracy being around DOUDA is not going to end up well for her. Like, you trying to be around DOUDA for what? And you know this man is bad for you. So it's good to see that Tracy is moving on to Jamal now, and I can't wait to see what happens next with this storyline right here. Because it looked like all three of these folks is finna be caught up in a love triangle, and man, I can't wait to see what's next. I can't wait to see what's next with this one right here, because this one looked like it's finna be crazy. Now, in this episode, we was able to see Maisha perform again for the first time since the shooting that happened last season with Bakari when he started to fight at Maisha's concert. And Maisha was kind of nervous at first to get on the stage because she was still affected by it and scared that another shooting might happen at her concert. But Jimmy was able to encourage Maisha to go out and perform, and your girl Maisha ended up getting on that stage and killing her performance. We know her and Gemma were having issues after the concert because your girl Gemma took a $200 manager cut from the money that Maisha made performing because Gemma felt like she helped Maisha out with setting up the event, so she should get a cut out of this. And Gemma was really moving shady in this episode. Like, Gemma can't be trusted at all, and if I was Maisha, I'd go to a lawyer and sit down and get some paperwork done with this business relationship that she got with Gemma, because I could just tell that Gemma is really about to be taking a lot of Maisha money from her performances. You could just see it already. She took a $200 cut, and she ain't even do nothing. Like, I get it that she helped, set up the event to where Maisha was comfortable enough to perform and all that stuff, but it's like, Gemma ain't really do nothing. Like, Maisha got that performance because of her knowing how to rap and her putting in the work in the studio and putting out a hot song. Like, Gemma didn't help with anything. Like, only thing Gemma did was just help set up the event to where Maisha would be comfortable enough, which I understand. Like, I get that part, but at the end of the day, Maisha should have been the one to give Gemma some money. Gemma shouldn't have took anything out of Maisha's cut. And I just didn't like how Gemma was moving in this episode. Gemma was really moving shady in this episode, and I hope your girl Maisha is able to get this situation under control. Now, Kevin comes and visits Maisha after the concert, and it really seemed like your boy Kevin is trying to be with Maisha again, as well as her. But she was up in there telling Kevin not to tell Papa about them messing around again, because they don't want everybody in their business. And if I was Kevin, I would just hurry up and tell Papa, just to get it out the way, because the longer he waits, the worse it's going to be. Like, if it ain't really nothing to hide, you might as well tell Papa. Like, I get it, he might be mad at the end of the day, but it's better to tell him sooner than later, because the longer you wait to tell him, the more matter he's going to be, if you ask me. So, Kevin, just hurry up and tell your boy Papa. Just tell him the truth about you and Maisha. I'm pretty sure it's not going to be that crazy, but you never know. You never know. Papa might flip the fuck out. He might not, because he got himself a new girlfriend. He messing with Keegan now, so I don't think it'll be that serious if Kevin tells Papa the truth about him and Maisha. That's just in my opinion, but we just gonna have to wait and see with this one right here. Now, in this episode, we was able to see Emmett and Kiesha buy a new house on the west side of Chicago, and Emmett wasn't even able to afford this house like that until your boy DOUDA offered to help Emmett by paying whatever's left on the bill for him to buy the house. And this pissed me off. Like, Emmett is really making it hard for me to show any compassion for him. Because it's like, bro, you know what DOUDA is about, and you constantly digging yourself in a deeper hole in this business relationship that he got with him. Like, why would you let DOUDA pay for the rest of the bill on this house? Like, DOUDA pretty much owns this house. His name is going to be under that lease, as well as Keisha's. And Keisha pissed me off in this episode as well, too, because she agreed to let DOUDA loan them the money to get the house. Like, really, Keisha? You really gonna agree with this shit just because you want a new house? Like, this scene pissed me the hell off. And I just hope your boy Emmett finds a way out of this situation without dying, because it's not looking good. It's not looking good for your boy Emmett at all. He's pulling himself deeper and deeper into this situation that he has with DOUDA. And eventually, your boy Emmett is going to see DOUDA's real intentions. And once Emmett finds out DOUDA's real intentions, it's going to be too late. It's going to be too late for him to back out of the situation, because he's going to be in too deep. And I just really hope he find a way out of the situation without getting hurt, because it's not looking good for your boy Emmett. Now, moving on to episode 3. In episode 3, we was able to see Emmett and Kiesha have a housewarming party for their new house. And everybody was at Emmett's housewarming party. Jada, Darnell, Kevin, Maisha, Nina, Dre, Tiff, Rob, like anybody you could imagine was at this party. Even DOUDA showed up to the party with Nuck and Bakari. And this scene right here had me rolling, because when DOUDA walked in Emmett's house, everybody got quiet. The whole cast was just sitting there looking at DOUDA like, why is this nigga here? Everybody got quiet. This scene had me rolling. When DOUDA walked through Emmett's house, that shit had me dying. DOUDA then gives Emmett a gun as a housewarming gift, and Emmett was up in there telling DOUDA that he didn't want it and he ain't like this present, but DOUDA had to let Emmett know that this is what bosses do, and bosses carry guns. And Emmett pissed me off in this scene as well, because he was up in there playing with the gun and shit. Like, he was up in there telling DOUDA, I can't keep the gun in the house because I got kids, but he up in the mirror playing with the gun and shit. Then he ended up dropping it on the floor. Like, what if the gun would have went off and you got kids in the house as well as other people? Everybody would have heard that shit. Like, Emmett, that was dumb as hell. That was just dumb. You up in there trying to play like you tough, and your dumb ass dropping the gun on the floor, shaking my goddamn head. Now, when Emmett comes out his room, he catches Darnell wandering around, trying to find the restroom allegedly. But we all know Darnell was up in there being nosy, trying to figure out what Emmett and DOUDA was talking about. And when Emmett walked off, Darnell snuck into Emmett's room and took the gun that Emmett left in the dresser. And he confronted DOUDA about this later on in the episode, telling DOUDA that Emmett won't be needing this gift, and if something happens to Emmett, Keisha, or their kids, he's going to kill them. And I commend Darnell for standing up for his son and all that, but I don't think Darnell just realized who he threatened. Like, Darnell, DOUDA is crazy. Like DOUDA said in this episode, bro, do you know who you talking to? Like, Darnell, I get it, you trying to be there for your son and all that, but DOUDA ain't somebody that you want to play around with. But it seemed like Darnell is ready for the smoke. He took the earpiece off and everything. It seemed like Darnell is ready for the smoke, and he with whatever. Now, during that housewarming party, Emmett and Kiesha overhear EJ call Lil Ronnie a bitch, and Keisha was not happy about this at all, and she wanted Emmett to have a conversation with Tiffany about it later on in the episode. So when Emmett confronted Tiff and Rob about it, because EJ told him that he heard that word in Tiffany's car, everybody started laughing again. Even Emmett started laughing, and Keisha got mad even more. She was up there telling everybody that she doesn't find that funny, and maybe Tiffany should listen to the edited versions of the rap song when they got EJ in the car. And Tiffany gets upset about this, started going off on Keisha, telling her to mind her business and how she runs her household is the way she go run it, and she need to worry about her household. And Tiffany pissed me off in this scene because Keisha was really just trying to help out and make sure EJ doesn't be saying those type of words at school. And Tiffany wasn't really trying to hear anything Keisha had to say, but Keisha really was giving her some good advice. And Keisha ended up proving Tiffany wrong later on in the episode when her and Rob was driving home and they had that rap music playing in the background and EJ was up in there bobbing his head. But once Tiffany turned it to the R&B, EJ got upset. Like, Keisha already knew what's up and Keisha was just trying to help out, but Tiffany wasn't trying to hear any of it. And Tiffany was pissing me the hell off because it's like, damn, girl. Keisha's just trying to make sure that EJ doesn't say these words around the wrong people, especially when he at school. Like, Keisha was really just trying to look out, but Tiffany wasn't trying to hear anything. And I'm glad Keisha proved her wrong because you could see the look on Tiffany's face. She was mad as hell. Like, damn, Keisha was right. Keisha was right. And I'm glad Keisha proved her right in this episode. Now, we was able to see Rob and Nuck have a conversation in this episode, and Rob wants to know what happens to his Uncle Q. He was over there telling Nuck, like, you ain't never kept it 100 with me when it comes to my uncle. And he want to know what he know, because he know that Nuck knows something about his uncle dying. And Nuck was over there lying to Rob straight up in his face, telling Rob that his uncle owed a lot of people money, and Victor got pissed off at Q once he found out that Q stole money from Tracy Rock organization, and all this and that. But Rob wanted to know if Q owed DOUDA money. And Nuck ain't say nothing when Rob asked him this. He just sat there and looked at Rob. And Rob could just tell that Nuck was lying. I ain't gonna lie, in this scene right here, you could tell Rob knew that Nuck was lying. He knew that Nuck knows something about it. He know that Nuck most likely know that DOUDA took out his uncle. And I can't wait till the truth is revealed because I'm telling y'all, Rob is going to turn up. I wouldn't be surprised if he took out Nuck. Rob gave Nuck the opportunity right here to tell him the truth. But Nuck didn't. Nuck just kept lying to your boy Rob. And Rob is going to be pissed off once he finds out that Nuck was lying about it as well. Like, Rob is going to trip on everybody when the truth is revealed. So I can't wait to see Rob's reaction once he finds out that DOUDA killed his uncle. Now, while I'm on the topic of your boy Nuck, in this episode, Nuck decides to apologize to Keisha for not picking her up the night she was kidnapped and taken by that weirdo-ass character back in season 3. And Nuck pissed me off in this scene right here. Because you waited almost 3 years just to apologize to Keisha for what happened in season 3. Like, season 3 aired in 2020, bro. We in 2023. You should have been apologized to Keisha. You wait until now at her and Emmett new housewarming party to apologize. Like, Nuck pissed me off in this scene. Nuck pissed me the hell off in this scene. As well as Keisha, too, because she gonna sit there and say, I forgive you. Like, you gonna forgive this man, and you know if this man would have picked you up, none of that stuff would have happened. If I was Keisha, I wouldn't have forgave Nuck for nothing. I would have told Nuck, get the fuck out of my face. Like, bro, get out of my face. And, man, I can't wait to see what's next with this storyline right here between Nuck and Keisha. And I wouldn't be surprised if these two hook up this season. Because remember, in episode 2, Keisha was over there telling Emmett that she know that he was out with DOUDA because she followed Nuck on Instagram. She watches Instagram stories. And Emmett was telling Keisha, like, what is you even still following Nuck for? And I believe something about that is about to come back up later on in the season. I wouldn't put it past it if these two hook back up with each other. If Nuck and Keisha hook back up with each other, man, it's finna be some shit. It's finna be some shit. And if I was Emmett, I'd keep my eye on Nuck and Keisha. Because look here, when Emmett asked Keisha about it later on in the episode, what they was talking about, she was like, oh, nothing. Keisha already right there lying. So, Emmett, you need to keep your eyes on Keisha and Nuck. You need to watch both of them. Now, we saw more development between Papa and Kenya's relationship, and Papa came to Kenya's defense in this episode when a customer was being rude to her at Smokey's, and Papa made the customer apologize to Kenya. I was shocked. That boy Papa was like, look here, if you want this free apple pie in this goddamn order, you better apologize to my colleague. And he got old boy to apologize, so shout out to Papa on that, because he got an apology out of this grown man and shit. Bro was tweaking too, like, bro, it ain't never that serious. It's just some fucking fried chicken. That shit'll be ready when it's ready, goddammit. But Kenya was shocked that Papa stood up for her. She tells Papa, like, bro, I ain't never had nobody that defended me like that. Like, I ain't never had nobody defend me the way you did. So she wanted to know if it was possible if her and Papa could go on a date later on in the episode. She asked Papa, like, you free next Thursday to go bowling? And Papa tell her, like, yeah, I could go bowling, but I got to be back at a certain time period because that's a school night. And y'all know Papa still lives at home with his parents. He ain't 18 yet, so he can't do whatever he want to do. And as soon as Papa said this, your girl Kenya was like, never mind, Papa, have a good night. And I felt Papa pain this scene right here because he fumbled the bag hard. He fumbled that opportunity to go on a date with Kenya. But I believe this situation right here between Papa and Kenya is going to cause Papa to start doing stuff that his parents not going to like staying outside past his curfew and just doing stuff that his parents know that he doesn't do. Just start rebelling against his parents. I believe Kenya is about to play a major role in Papa's rebel against his parents this season. And I can't wait to see what happens next with Papa's storyline because it looks like your boy Papa is about to flip that switch on us eventually and your boy Papa just gonna be out here wilding out. Now, we was able to see Lynae and Jamal spend some time with each other in this episode, and Jamal tells Lynae he wants to meet Bakari because he heard about Bakari working for DOUDA, and he wants to know what his intentions when it comes to his sister. And Lynae was defending Bakari, telling Jamal that he's just a lookout for DOUDA and ain't nothing that serious. But Jamal had to let her know that it ain't no such thing as a lookout. A lookout started paying other people to do stuff, and he was really just breaking down the game to her. And this made Lynae question Bakari later on in the episode when they was at Emmett housewarming party. And Lynae was telling Bakari that she's not trying to be with no street nigga or go to jail because of him. And Bakari was telling Lynae throughout the episode that him working for DOUDA is just temporary, and he only trying to make enough money to get off of Papa couch. And he's not about to be busting his ass 40 hours a week to work a 9 to 5. But we know they ended up making up afterwards, and I could just tell Lynae and Bakari is not about to be together much longer, because this situation that Bakari's involved in with DOUDA, like, yeah, this is about to affect his relationship with Lynae. She is not about to just stick around and be with Bakari while he's out in the streets. Like, it's just not going to happen. Bakari is going to have to choose at some point. He's going to have to choose Lynae, or he's going to have to choose the street life. And I can't wait to see how this situation right here is about to play out, because Bakari is really about to be in some shit in these next upcoming episodes. And I just hope Bakari survives season 6. But if you like this video, make sure you hit that like button and that subscribe button, and turn on your post bell notifications to get notified every time I upload a video. New videos is on the way, so be on the lookout for that. I will be dropping more Shaad content and Power Book 4 Force content, because Power Book 4 Force will be airing real soon. So more content will be on the way. Just stay on the lookout for the new videos that I'm about to be uploading real soon. But it's your boy DC. I'm out. I'll see you guys next time. And until then, y'all be safe out here.